Post-Humanism and Sociology. Post-humanism is a fascinating and challenging idea that asks us to rethink what it means to be human in a world increasingly shaped by technology, science, and the environment. For a long time, humans have seen themselves as the center of the universe, as the most important and intelligent beings on Earth. Most of our philosophies, religions, and social systems are built around human interests and values. However, post-humanism questions this traditional belief and invites us to consider a broader perspective that includes not only humans but also animals, machines, ecosystems, and artificial intelligence as part of the same network of existence. In simple terms, post-humanism suggests that we should stop thinking of humans as separate from or superior to the rest of nature and technology. It argues that human beings are not isolated entities standing above everything else but are deeply connected with non-human forces that shape life on the planet. This means our social lives, economies, and even personal identities are influenced by both natural and technological environments. Sociology, which is the study of society and social relationships, has traditionally focused on human beings. It studies how people form groups, create cultures, and build institutions. However, as our world becomes more complex, sociology can no longer ignore the influence of non-human factors. For example, digital technologies, climate change, and artificial intelligence now play major roles in shaping how we live and interact. Post-humanism, therefore, encourages sociologists to include these non-human elements in their analysis of society. To understand post-humanism better, we can think about how technology has changed the way we live. In the past, communication depended on physical presence, letters, or landline phones. Today, social media platforms connect billions of people instantly. The internet, smartphones, and artificial intelligence systems are not just tools. They have become active participants in social life. For example, when social media algorithms decide what news we see or which friends' posts appear first, they are influencing our thoughts and behaviors. Post-humanist thinkers would say that these technologies are part of the social world, just like humans are. Similarly, post-humanism asks us to think about our relationship with the natural environment. The growing awareness of climate change and environmental destruction has shown that human survival depends on the health of non-human life forms like trees, oceans, and animals. When humans pollute the earth or destroy forests, they are not just harming nature but also putting their own future at risk. This shows that humans and nature are deeply interconnected. Post-humanism, therefore, pushes sociology to consider ecological and environmental relationships as essential to understanding modern society. Post-humanism also deals with how artificial intelligence and robotics are transforming human identity. As machines become capable of learning, reasoning, and even creating art or writing, the line between human and machine intelligence becomes blurry. For centuries, people believed that thinking and creativity were uniquely human abilities. Now, artificial intelligence challenges that assumption. A post-humanist sociologist would argue that our understanding of self and society must adapt to include these new intelligent agents that share the social space with humans. Moreover, post-humanism questions human-centered morality. For example, when humans use animals for experiments, entertainment, or food production, post-humanism asks whether this is ethically justifiable. It suggests that non-human beings also have value and should be treated with respect. In this way, post-humanism expands the moral circle beyond humanity. It encourages empathy for other forms of life and promotes a sense of shared responsibility for the planet. In the field of sociology, post-humanism has inspired new ways of thinking about social relationships. Traditional sociology often treats humans as active agents who shape the world, while objects and technologies are seen as passive tools. Post-humanism, however, proposes that both human and non-human entities participate in shaping society. This view is closely related to Bruno Latour's actor network theory, which argues that social reality is created through networks of humans and non-humans working together. For instance, a hospital functions not only because of doctors and nurses but also because of medical machines, data systems, and medications that all play a part in healthcare delivery. Post-humanism also has an emotional and psychological side. It challenges the idea that human progress always means dominating nature or inventing more advanced technologies. Instead, it encourages humility and coexistence. It invites people to see themselves as part of a larger ecosystem rather than as its masters. This perspective can help societies move toward more sustainable and ethical ways of living. Some critics of post-humanism argue that it might weaken the importance of human rights by treating humans as equal to machines or animals. Others fear that it gives too much power to technology, especially artificial intelligence. However, defenders of post-humanism say that it does not aim to erase human value but to balance it with awareness of other forms of life and intelligence. They believe that recognizing our shared existence with non-human forces can lead to more compassionate and responsible societies. Post-humanism also connects deeply with global challenges. Issues such as genetic engineering, cloning, digital surveillance, and artificial intelligence ethics are no longer just scientific or technical debates, they are social and moral concerns. Sociologists who adopt a post-humanist approach analyze how these innovations affect relationships, privacy, employment, and power dynamics. For example, automation and artificial intelligence have already changed the nature of work, replacing millions of jobs while creating new ones in technology-driven sectors. These changes influence social inequality, class structures, and the distribution of power in society. In essence, post-humanism calls for a shift in how we understand life, identity, and society. It is not just about futuristic robots or advanced science. It is about realizing that humans are part of a vast network of living and non-living things. Our actions have consequences that go beyond our species. Post-humanism reminds us that to build a better world, we must consider not only human needs but also the needs of the environment and the technologies we create. As the 21st century unfolds, post-humanist sociology will likely become even more important. The challenges of climate change, artificial intelligence, and environmental destruction will force humanity to rethink its place in the world. Understanding post-humanism can help us move toward a more balanced and sustainable future, one where humans, nature, and machines coexist with mutual respect and harmony. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more educational content like this.